That's a hell of a win, man. How are you feeling?
Yeah, good. A little bit tired now after the adrenaline's worn off a little bit, but yeah, that's the biggest win of my career by far.
You had a pretty emotional expression when they read your name. Was there a little concern that the decision wouldn't go your way when they went to the scorecards?
I knew it was close. I thought I'd done enough. I definitely knew I won the third round, and I thought I won the first round as well. The second round was a little bit closer, but you never can tell. I mean, he's an icon of the sport. You don't know if the judges will sway the way of the better-known fighter when it's a close fight, but I think I deserve to win the fight.
He was throwing single shots, you were throwing combinations. I'm wondering if you can now, that the fight's over, talk to me about the game plan. Like, what was it, to get him on the back foot, clinch? What was it? Yeah,
so stay low, because he's very good at linking his boxing and shots in together. So it was to stay low, throw the cross a lot, throw a lot more straight punches, because he ducks under on the hook a lot. He did that against Little Nog when he fought him. So we watched the fights where he fought other southpaws, because it's a little bit different. Oh, wow. A little bit different than fighting orthodox to orthodox. So we really concentrated on that, throwing and getting him on the back foot, because it's hard for him to shout when he's backing up a lot.
How strong was he at 185?
In the clinch, he was strong. Striking-wise, he didn't hurt me with anything. I mean, I'm a little bit marked up, but I always get marked up. But yeah, he wasn't as heavy on top as I thought he'd be. Normally when he takes people down, he's really good at keeping them down, but I could jump straight back up to my feet, and his punches weren't as heavy as I thought they'd be. So that was good.
And his speed?
His speed, he was fast, but I think I read him pretty well. And as I got him backing up, it was very hard for him to set his feet and throw hard shots back at me.
Where do you feel like a win like this puts you over a marquee opponent, like you said?
Yeah, it gives me a ranked opponent, I'd imagine, for sure. I mean, that's 4 in a row now. He's a former champion, a legend of the sport. So I think I'll get a ranked opponent, and yeah, I'm more than happy for that.
Have you had your eye on anyone?
Not really. It's kind of shifted now. I mean, it was, I would reckon I was close to someone 10 to 15. I reckon anyone outside the top 5 or 6, I could probably match up okay against. I think the top 6 guys are kind of fighting for something else once Bisping and GSP do their thing, but those top 6 are kind of exclusive at the moment. Anyone outside of that, I think with a full training camp, I'm more than a match for.
Were you surprised that he was just able to negate like premature judo and the tosses that you went for? Pretty much, he was able to cancel that out in the fight.
I think it was back the other way too. I think I cancelled out his wrestling, because I'm still learning how to link my judo and my striking together, which I think I did really well tonight. He's hard to keep down on his back, and vice versa, I was hard to keep down on my back. So we took each other down, and then we both jumped back up. So it was primarily a striking game, and I'm really happy that I could match up well enough in the striking department against him.
How taped up is the knee? Let's be honest.
Very taped up. Very taped up. As long as I can keep it taped, then I'm all good to go. So in 2006, I did my medial ligament, ACL, and lateral meniscus. In the Tough House, I did my medial again and the lateral meniscus, and that's sliding. And I think the medial's healed back very loosely, and the lateral meniscus slides really badly. Taped up, as you've seen in the last 4 fights, I can do everything. The one fight that was really, really ugly was in Denver, and I couldn't tape my knee or ankles. I've been taping my ankles since I was 16 years old. My ankles they got kicker spurs in them, bone chips floating around, and being 40 at the end of the year, I don't want to go in and get surgery. If I can tape like this, I can keep fighting at a pretty high level, I think.
What do you think this does for Australian MMA?
Oh, we've already got some massive stars. I mean, Mark didn't have a great night tonight. Tyson Pedro's emerging. Robert Whittaker's right up there. He's 1 or 2 wins away from a title shot. Jake Matthews. Then we've got a whole heap of guys who are unsigned as well. So Australian MMA, in particular where I'm from in Melbourne, is just growing and growing.
You've made 4 Olympic teams. You've been in the UFC for how many years now? Where does this win tonight over Rashad Evans, in your combative career, where would you rank tonight?
So I was talking to my coaches and my wife before. My wife's a 5-time Olympian and Olympic bronze medalist in judo as well. And I got close to getting medals and occasionally beat the top guys like world and Olympic medalists in judo, but never quite jumped over and won a medal at a Worlds or an Olympics. And fighting guys like Rashad, that shows that I've kind of pushed that aside. That's not judo anymore. This is like a second life for me, and another opportunity to be able to step up against better and better competition and kind of maybe flush away the demons of my former sporting career. And so far I'm doing that. Granted, I'm a little bit longer in the tooth than I'd like to be doing it, but tonight, as a prime example, I mean, Rashad's only a couple of years younger than me, but man, he's a legend of the sport, isn't he?
Have you exceeded your own expectations as an MMA fighter?
Yeah, probably. probably. My aim when I got signed was to have 10 fights. I'm 6-1 now, so I'll get the 10 fights, no problem. And as long as the body holds up, which it is, regardless of all the tape you see, then I'll keep going. You know, I'm 40 at the end of the year, but we're going okay. We're very smart with our training and our preparation, and yeah. So for as long as the body holds together and I'm fighting well, then I'll keep fighting.
And do you have an age in mind when you would like to stop fighting?
No, it's all body related and how long my wife lets me do it for.
Did you talk to your wife yet?
No. I've been pulled around. As soon as I ring her and speak to her, she'll let me know.
You said on Thursday that you don't let your kids watch live.
Yep.
Will you let them watch this one?
Yeah, I'll let them watch this one. There's not too much claret like there was in Melbourne, so yeah, they'll be able to watch this one.
Was there a moment when you were looking at Rashad and maybe at the beginning of the fight saying like, wow, I'm fighting Rashad Evans?
Yep. As soon as he walked in there and started coming in and then doing his thing when he's down on the ground, I'm like, holy shit, that's Rashad Evans right there. But that's what I want. That's what we want. When I got the matchup, it was exciting. You know, like you've got to, even though it's been a very nerve-wracking week, a very stressful week, being away from home and preparing for the fight, you've got to embrace moments like these. And I've shown again that I can get out there and put on a good hard fight, and I think it was reasonably entertaining, the fight as well. So yeah, I'm really happy.
And now there are calls for him to step aside and retire. He's seen better days. What advice would you give him as someone who's seen and done it all at this point at the highest level of sport? What would you say to Rashad Evans?
No. He doesn't need to be done yet. It was his first cut down to 185. He's still fit and strong. If I can get through the first 2 or 3 minutes against anyone, I think I've proven that it's going to be a nightmare matchup. And because Rashad's so explosive and such a great athlete, it's going to be hard for him. I got very tired fighting him. It's probably the tiredest I've been, but so was he. And if he wants to keep going, then he should. I don't think it's the end for him. It's his first weight cut.
Just last thing for me, do you have an opponent in mind, like a dream opponent, a scenario next?
Not really, no. I don't like to go, who I want. I think I deserve a ranked guy, but I need to talk to my coaches. But I mean, I don't want to take a step back down and fight someone else. I want to fight, and I want to be ranked by the end of the year, and I think I'm getting closer.
When you're pushing 40, is it a race against another time in your career, do you think, or
no? No. The body's not 40. The body's maybe 50, but we'll keep going for a little while longer.
A lot of fight enthusiasts, like Michael Bisping and Kenny Florian often say that judo hasn't been dominant in MMA, but as you said tonight, you kind of canceled out Rashad's wrestling. How do you feel like that your judo game canceled his wrestling?
I think it did well. I stood straight back up. I actually wrestled for Australia in the Commonwealth Games in 2002 as well. So it's all about how you transition just the little tricks and movements into judo. And Rashad's a high-level wrestler. Yeah, he took me down, but I stood straight back up. Unfortunately, vice versa. I swapped his feet out and he stood back up as well. But it's a nullifying game, and judo and wrestling mentalities are very similar. They're grinding, push forward kind of deals. It's just a shame that the current international judo rules are going to limit the amount of guys you're going to have crossing over because there's no leg grabs anymore. My whole judo career was done dealing with leg grabs, pardon me, and dealing with people grovelling around here. So I'm used to it. You won't get as many judo guys crossing over anymore because it's not in the rules anymore. They won't know how to deal with a double leg, which is a shame because judo is an awesome sport and it's a great base for MMA, in my opinion anyway.
The foot sweeps you were trying, was that improv or not?
No. We worked on those. We worked on scrambling a little bit more and getting hold. So a foot sweep to a clinch kind of situation. Didn't quite work, didn't get to him, but it certainly unsettled what he was doing a lot, especially when his foot was turning in. So yeah, we definitely worked on that. I've only fought in my 7 UFC fights, more than half the opponents have been southpaws. So I don't often get the opportunity to sweep that front leg like that, and tonight was a great opportunity to do it.
Dribbling in that left hand a lot too. Was that something that you also worked on in camp?
Absolutely. It was throw it, double it up. I tried to vary it, throw it over the top, throw uppercuts. I think I got a lot of success with dirty boxing on him as well. But yeah, I tried to vary the left hand a lot.